If some German citizen stays abroad for more than 25 years, he is not eligible to vote. So that is one restriction Germany has put on the citizens so far as the expatriate voting is concerned. But if the citizen can prove documentarily that the political decisions back in Germany do matter for him, then only in specific cases they are allowed to vote. But 25 years is the general ceiling. If you are abroad for more than 25 years, you lose eligibility to vote. That is one restriction I have seen in Germany. Anyway, in today's session, you, the experts, electoral experts who are all present here, please storm your brain. Storm your brain very conclusively, because we don't want to hang on to this issue any longer. Because we want to concretize and we want to a definite conclusion, and we want to finalize a definite option for expatriate voting. And I hope this workshop, this technical workshop, will be able to really find out an appropriate solution for us. Because, you know, one size fits all approach will not work here. We have to take into consideration our socio-cultural background, socio-cultural realities, political realities of this country, the education level, and also the concentration of our expatriates. Say, for example, in Middle Eastern countries, you cannot ask them to gather in an embassy to queue up for voting, because that is not probably desirable or by the state. So that kind of limitations are there. But in many countries, expatriates are not concentrated in the Middle East. But our expatriates are concentrated mostly in the Middle East. And we have many in Malaysia also. So please try to sort out one concrete option for us so that we can really practice this time in the upcoming election, number one. Number two, whether we should try to approach the issue in an open-ended way, that means the whole-scale implementation do you suggest, or we have to pilot it with certain countries. If we have to pilot it with certain countries, which are the countries we can start with? Please try to find out, exactly identify that particular country or those particular countries. We will try to do the piloting on the basis of the suggestions that will come out from today's workshop. So we want concrete suggestions. And after this session will be over today, with all your wise inputs, we will request you to come up with an appropriate architecture, voting architecture, expatriate voting architecture, which we will follow, inshallah, and we hope to follow. That means we are really attaching topmost priority to this particular workshop today as a solution giver to the issue which we are struggling with. And after today's workshop, probably we may go out to the nation to say that our experts who are available here, they have suggested this particular option, and we will go for implementation of that option. Then I am particularly happy. I thank you all for being here today. In the country itself, within the country itself, we are finding it difficult to attract the voters because we have lost confidence in the voting system. So it will be all the more difficult for us to actually take on board the expatriate voters. But having said that, our honorable chief advisor, he has actually committed to the nation that he wants to see that expatriate voting is at least initiated in his tenure. He wants to see it going on. We also in the EC, even prior to his announcement, we are also committed to the nation that we will definitely start somewhere in the next upcoming election. But I believe that probably we cannot go for wholesale implementation of this scheme. Whatever option we follow, whatever option we follow, it will not be probably advisable to go in the full-scale implementation of the whole process. Maybe we can pilot it, or we can try in a limited scale and then go for it later. Last night I saw in Germany, they have put a ceiling of, stay abroad, 25 years. Also it is there, and they actually practice this for their defense forces. Last night I was going through the internet, trying to understand the issue a little in detail. I saw that Malaysia also has not been able to actually do it fully. They also practice voting in the High Commission, in their respective embassies. They have to come physically to vote, but not online or through postal ballot. They can vote, they have to go to the High Commission.